Scott, dude, I don't think this is all good news. Skull and Bones has less than 1 million players total. This includes the free trial.
Oh no.
That is not good. Not good. This is Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming. Insider Gaming sources have revealed that Skull and Bones, which is dubbed as Ubisoft's first quadruple A game by its CEO, has less than 1 million players. Scott, that is the most ridiculous statement I've ever heard. To call a game that has been delayed with more delays and more delays. Dude, it took them 9 years to produce this game, 10 years to produce this game. For as long as we've been playing Rainbow Six Siege, this game was in development.
Holy, that's so long.
Right?
No, I think the quadruple A status refers to the amount of money sunk into it.
Which is not our fault nor our problem. And then when it came out, the game was overpriced. Let's get in the article. Speaking with sources, the game currently has around 850,000 players total at the time of writing, which includes those who've opted to play the game with the 8-hour free trial provided by Ubisoft. Dude, you know the game's in trouble when you get an 8-hour free trial. At the moment, players are seemingly fairly engaged, with the average player playing between 3 and 4 hours a day. That's cool. However, whether or not that will change once the free trial expires, or if it will convert players into full purchases, remains to be seen, and won't likely get the data until the company's next earnings call, which is in May. One major factor in the low player numbers has attributed to the decision to make the game fully priced at $70, a decision that has been criticized both publicly and internally, sources said. That makes total sense. Dude, this should have been at the most $50. At the most. It should have been priced probably around $40 in my hindsight, where I'm thinking. I think the game would have actually enticed players at $40 to actually jump into the game without even thinking about the trial and just buy the game up.
Yeah.
Right?
Grab that curiosity buy. This also came out at just about the same time being compared to Helldivers, which was a lower priced game that just did absolute numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? And did massive numbers. They had so many players on Helldivers that they actually had to cap the servers because they didn't anticipate it. And then when you get into the world of Skull and Bones, there's no server issues over there. Well, there might be. There's a couple. You check out our full review. It's coming up this week. Either way, I think we know now this is a $30 to $40 game at best, but it's not in our control to determine those things, said one employee who worked on the project. In the past report by Insider Gaming, where I dived deep into the internal tensions at the company, sources revealed that the game was forecasted to cost the company around $200 million in its decade-long development. Dude, this is where the $70 price tag comes in, and they want to recoup it all at once. They should have played the long game, not the short game. Play the long game, right? Make it $30, $40, and then, hey, season, you've been having a great time? Cool, season 1 is dropping next month. Boom! Pay $10, $15 for the new season. Go. Instead, you pay $70, you get season 1 for free.
Well, how about the difference between microtransactions, though? They would have been monetized a little heavier if that price tag wasn't at 70.
Not if they were
not sure
smart.
How much give and take I would prefer there. Well,
right?
Depends on how long term you really want to sell the game. Yeah,
dude, Skull.
If it goes as long as Sea of Thieves, if it goes as long as Sea of Thieves, it's gonna be. It's hard now. I have to specify in my head which one I'm gonna say before I say it now. But that game has been so successful over years and years now. But there was enough of a player base, and then it went to Game Pass. So there was other kind of ways to.
Now it's going to PlayStation.
Inflate the numbers.
Right.
I wonder if we'll see Skull and Bones go to Game Pass shortly.
It might be a wise investment on Ubisoft's part, because they're not going to recoup this $200 million. We said right from day one, the minute this game was in development hell, dude, they'll never make that money back. Right? They're not going to get this money back. And then you put it out at $70, you just scared off half the player base you could have had. That's my guess, right? The install base is probably... It could probably jump another quarter to another half of what they have if they would have put it at $40. They would have had over a million players. They would have had over a million players if they would have put it out at $40. Instead, they went $70. People are like, I'm not playing this. Not for $70. It's a little
too much for curiosity. So then you play the trial, and then you bounce. You're done.
Exactly. I think a lot of people are going to do that. I know a lot of our friends right now are currently in on that, and I'm waiting to hear from them because I was talking to a couple of them yesterday. And like, I don't know, I'm still pretty early. I'm like, okay, well, get back to me in 8 hours. At this point, I'm 22 hours into the game. So, like, where do they line up with my thoughts and stuff? I'm very, very curious to see where this one lies, because everybody's kind of just like, It's okay.
Divisive, very divisive.
Very, right? A sum that the company doesn't expect to make back. The game's development saw thousands of developers working on the game across 11 different studios, which saw challenges, countless changes to the creative director, and constant internal delays. What a disaster, Scott. But at the end of the day, man, this is just disappointing because they already had a good pirate game. It's called Black Flag. Assassin's Creed Black Flag crushed it. And they didn't take everything that they should have from there and mix it into here, because at the end of the day, I'm a pirate without a sword. It makes no sense to me.
Well, it's funny. I was talking about that the other day. It's just how many people are going to jump on and play Black Flag now? If you can see those sales numbers swell, and I think there's going to be a lot of people.
Yeah, at this point, I think a lot of us just asking for a remake for Black Flag, right? We want that pirate experience.
Black Flag 2.
Oh, give me that. I think I'd rather have that than a remake. As much as I loved Black Flag back in the day, I think a remake or a sequel would be the way to go. But we'll see where the future lies. Season 1 is about to drop tomorrow for Skull and Bones. I'll be there.
Stronger. Take on more difficult challenges, such as attacking forts and plundering settlements. And, if you're bold enough, engage in dynamic events, like taking down heavily laden merchant ships and their fleet of warship escorts. Now, it's up to you to write your own story. Remember, there is no one path